Okay, the last thing I want to show you, and I might have shown you a little bit of this before, but I've been doing this piece by piece, so I forget. Anyway, so up here in the toolbar, there's something called tools. And one of them is research, and it looks very innocuous, like what is this for? But it's really powerful. So pick it up and type something that you want to search for. And let's say we want to search for World Cup, because that's really popular right now. You'll notice that there's this toggle down right here. The default is everything, so what it'll do is your basic Google search right here in your document. And I just want to play around with it and show you if I insert a page. If I want to get, for example, this article, the World Cup, if you click on it, it's going to go to that article. Okay, so that's one thing you should know. If you want to do a preview, and there you go. Here's a preview of this article right here. If you want to insert the link, you click on it, and there's the link. But wait, there's more. What if you want to use a citation for it? If we hover over, usually, I'm not sure why it's not doing it right here, there's a cite option, and I wonder if it's because we're in presentation mode and not in docs, because usually in docs there'll be a cite button right here, and instead of making it a link, it will actually make it a works cited, like an official citation. So that's kind of cool. Other things you could do with this, let's say I just want images. Now that I have an image, I can drag and drop it in right there, just like that. And here it is, and it's already linked for me. If you do this in a Google Doc, I know it'll put a footnote there, and it'll create that citation for you right away. But since this is a presentation and not a document, it won't do that. Maybe I want to look for videos. Here's my video. You can drag and drop that in. Now, of course, if you're doing this with students, you want them to preview first before they're putting things in. Be sure you have that discussion with them. If you want to look at scholars and what the scholars have had to say about the World Cup, and you'll find things in here. And you can look for quotes dealing with the World Cup. Looks like there's no quotes, but what if we typed in, let's see, like my favorite author, Jodi Picoult. Let's see if there's, no quote results for her either. What about George Washington? I certainly hope they have something by him. Oh, yes, okay, so we have some quotes by George. Okay, and you can insert them as well. I know they're not related at all, but you can just insert it in just so you see how these tools work. And you can even look things up in the dictionary or do tables. So research tool is really valuable. I think you're going to get a lot out of it. And again, it functions just slightly differently depending on which Google task you're doing at the time. You're not going to want to, if you want to do citations and things like that, you're going to want to do that in a Google document, not in a presentation. All right? And so have fun playing around with your inserting tools.